Hey guys, so we're back with another video. This time we'll be talking about episode 2 of the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, which is titled Foundation Stone. Now we're gonna pick up right where we left off, where we saw at the end of episode 1, which we covered a couple of months back, where we literally saw the right-hand man of Squad 1's captain Yamamoto, Sasakibe, passed away from a grave wound from the new villains, apparently, for the new arc of the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. Now, the scary part about this is that there's so much tension in the air, you could literally cut the air with a knife. And what's crazy is that we have a new villain. His name is Yuhabak, and apparently he is the king of Quincy's, and he is about to let all hell break loose on the Soul Society. So let's continue where we left off. So we saw like the first part at the end of the previous part, where he was talking to Eburn, which is one of the Espada, I would not say Espadas, but Arancars that he actually turned into an actual, gave him some power of the Quincy's. So he was telling him about, how many days it's gonna take for him to like get everything on track, and because they were about to like argue or anything, miraculously, I'm guessing that's one of his powers, he blasts off one of his arms out of his hands, and eventually he started asking him questions. Like, he is ruthless. And the cool thing about the new animation of the 1,000 Blood War from Bleach is that everything has a different tone. The energy is darker, and the gore is cramped up to be like a 200 or 1,000, because they're not spending no time to waste. And he is the type of villain that is like cutthroat on everything, and you could clearly see that. So we're gonna skip this part because that's the introduction. We're gonna skip a little bit of that as well. So we saw that a lot of Squad 1 barracks was massacred by the Quincy's, and there's so much going on right now. And while they're hearing all this you can imagine what's going on in Ichigo's head and the friends, that how could this happen while I guess they were not looking, and so many things is happening at the same time. It's just unimaginable. Like Sasakibe, which is Squad 1's vice captain, got killed, and then he was mumbling something before he died. He told Captain Yamamoto, hey, they could steal ore, and then he died. And that's what we covered in the first episode. So everyone is feeling like the heaviness. In the meantime, while Ichigo is like panting about what's going on in the Soul Society, I guess he decided to like go outside, I'm assuming. And as he's planning to go outside, we saw that he landed, if I'm not mistaken, someone landed on, from what we saw, it is Nell. And Nell landed on him while she was crying, and she's telling Ichigo like, this is very bad, like I don't know who to go to, like you have to help us, it's the Soul Society, and now it's Rica Mundo. And then at the same time, in the same breath, like it's so much going on right now. Like whoever this is and whoever the enemy is, he is not. And then on top of that, they captured hailbel. And I guess she is a prisoner to the new army or the new villains. because they tend to have like the villains tend to be stronger than the next villain. And Peche and Dandutaka, and we even flash forward to like I guess it was a emotional reunion between Sasakibe as well as with Captain Yamamoto, and as I guess they're doing a ceremonial funeral for him while they laying him to rest, like death by fire. And you saw that he is kneeling in front of Yamamoto because he was the right hand man of Squad 1's barracks, which is a very emotional scene to see Yamamoto like in that state, because you tend to see him a cold stern, person, but it goes to show like over the time that has passed in the Soul Society, like it changed a lot of people, including like him as the main figure of the Soul Society. Like it changed him so much that over time we saw that in some other people's eyes, like he may be putting up a front that he's so strong and everything, but I think down to earth, I think Ichigo and the friends have opened up his heart a little bit, which is even more crazy. And then we flash forward to like I said, I'm skipping some things because like due to copyrights, we're making sure that we're covering the time limit so that way we don't review too much of what's going on. But it's a lot that happened for the 1,000-year Blood War arc already. So like I said, hailbel got captured, and Ichigo and friends visit Rica Mundo. At the same time this is happening in the Soul Society, and they saw like there's like fire reishi everywhere when they landed into I would say the enemy's territory. And it's like a blue fire reishi, which is what I was talking about. And Peche was explaining that these enemies have been using different types of abilities, and they don't have nothing to fight against that, which is even more insane when you think of like someone crying out for help, or how he's explaining everything. And this guy's name is Kublai Kolgi Shoehorn, and he's very strict, and he's one of the primary members of the Schutzstaffel, which is also the name of the Quincy, the Reich. At the end of the episode, we saw that there's a new name they go by, and those mercenary groups are the same groups that are responsible for taking out the large amount of hollows that are going disappearing. So what we have learned from Mayuri was that in order for the Soul Society as well as the Rica Mundo and all the three worlds to exist, they have to maintain a certain balance of either humans, hollows, or Shimigami in order for the worlds to balance itself. But any one of them that's imbalanced could throw off the other balancing realms. So that's pretty crazy. So yeah, like we even saw hailbel's team, the three bestias, as well as I think they gotten much stronger now. Like I could definitely tell. So it's a lot that happened from just this episode, and we got to see that even his sword is actually a Quincy, and he's actually using the bow arrows that normally Quincy's use. So he is not a traditional Quincy, but he is definitely one of the new type of Quincy's that I guess evolve in this new era. Because we knew that the first episode they mentioned that the not Soul King, but mostly the Quincy King regained his powers over the 900 years. So it's 999. So his soul, his memory, his power, he regained those things within 900 years and 90 years. So whatever power that he awakened, he must have shared those new abilities with the new, I would say, his new army of Quincy's. So yeah, guys, this was a interesting. At the end, we saw that the fight is gearing up for him to fight with Ichigo. So definitely a big episode to set up for episode 3. Foundation Stones definitely has some key points I think I liked in there, like how the Quincy King literally started creating reishi to step on it to show that he not only conquered Rica Mundo, but he also took down the leader of Rica Mundo at that point right now, which is hailbel. After Pische mentioned that after the downfall of Aizen as well as Stark and Bargon, the next person in line to took over the Rica Mundo area was hailbel, which I think under her reign as like queen, she literally took care of the hollows and made sure that, you know, people were good. But after what happened and the Quincy's invaded Rica Mundo and took over the palace that Aizen created, Los Noches, they created their own personal ground. So therefore it's no longer for them, it's more for the Vandenreich, which they actually transformed it into their personal needs area. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think this episode is setting up for a more climatic battle for the new so this guy named, before I go, he is Stern Raider J, the jail, which is that, I guess that's gonna have a prominent figure on whatever ability that he possessed, and why they're using the alphabet letters to signify certain powers. So that's kind of interesting. His name is I think Kugley, and he has some weird eyes too if you take a look, but he's wearing the traditional attire of a Quincy, but it's very strange though. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think in the next episode that they gotta definitely watch out for this guy, because I'm getting a bad feeling from him as well. Alright guys, see you guys soon.